All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Boss Talk. We got Max and Jevon right here. I'm Moses. How's everyone's day going so far?
Going great.
Yeah, man. I just, like I was telling y'all before we started filming, I got tired out of nowhere. But now the cameras is rolling, so I'm ready to go.
You got
So
that energy back.
I
The
got it
energy's
back.
back.
I got it. I don't know what happened, man. Like I feel like I was around a lot of weed yesterday, but I was telling you I haven't smoked in like almost like a year.
Right.
I don't know if I got high off of contact or what, bro, and I don't know if it was delayed effects, but I was just driving and I looked in my rearview mirror, my eyes is bloodshot red. I'm like, what's happening? It's crazy. So
Man. Well, at least you're alive now.
I was alive then too, but
Alive,
oh, but at least
more,
we're here.
more
Yeah,
energetic.
there you go. No, yeah, just wanted to touch on a few things that I seen happening this week. So, did you guys happen to see that these activists actually vandalized the Van Gogh painting?
I have not.
I saw something of it,
hmm
but I didn't get too much into detail about it.
So, and if my information is correct, this is like the second time that they didn't defaced one of his paintings for something that has absolutely nothing to do with him.
Right.
They're anti-oil activists, so I get the cause. But essentially what the first one did was they threw like some tomato sauce on one of the paintings. They got arrested. And the ones who just, it was two more activists who threw the soup on it. They did it in protest because the first ones got sentenced to like 2 years for the vandalism.
Which they deserve.
So now here's my question, right?
Okay.
We believe in protesting, right? I'm not talking about what it is, but do you believe in protesting?
Yes.
Okay, and you believe in protesting.
For the right cause.
So my question is something that we should talk about. How do you think protesting can be conducted in your site that's like appropriate? What's an appropriate way to protest something that's a legitimate cause to you?
Well, I'll tell you the way that's not is to vandalize something.
That wasn't the question, Moses. That wasn't the question. Don't do. Listen, my wife does that. I ask the question. Answer me how I ask. What's the appropriate way?
To protest?
Yeah.
I've never protested, so I don't know, bro. What do you think is the right way for you?
I'd say non-violent,
Mm.
obviously, because the point of protesting is to be keep it civil. So I don't know if you got a problem with the oil. You said the oil rigs or oil companies.
I didn't look too deep into it. I just saw the anti-oil activists. So we do know that these oil companies like be taking up land that they stealing land and doing all types of craziness. It's bad for the environment. I don't know what their exact thing is. They just labeled them as anti-oil and gas activists.
So does Van Gogh have a connection to these oil companies or something?
Not whatsoever.
So yeah.
I
Then
mean, he's dead, so you feel me? Like
obviously, but
So
it's just
to
like,
just not
died
use
poor, didn't
oil,
he?
just to not use oil is the main thing,
I
basically.
don't, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look deep into it, but
Okay.
but go
I
ahead,
think my bad. Just because it depends on what they're protesting for.
right.
That's how you would know, like, okay, this is the right thing to do in that situation. You
Well,
feel me? Like,
so here's my thoughts on it, because I see people protesting for causes that I actually agree with the cause, but I'll see people do it in a way where I'm like, I don't get down with that, right? Now, I'm not somebody who's like, all right, we need to stay out the way, like, let people just get by, because a protest is supposed to bring awareness and whatnot. But I believe that if you were going to protest, you were supposed to maintain your dignity in the process, right? Like, I don't know if you guys recall when Bill Cosby was on trial, the chick just came out, pulled her titties out, and in protest. And I'm like, but you just dishonored yourself though,
Right.
in the process. How do you go about it, in a way that actually brings awareness to your cause, but doesn't make your cause look like some clownish stuff? Because that's what happens nowadays, is that, I told you how my views on politics or whatever, but I do agree that the liberal side of things is like way out of control. The way that they
radical.
the way they handle it
the
is
radical left.
fake news. But it's just crazy. You feel me? So, yeah.
it's
Personally,
it's
I think Van Gogh died poor. If I got my facts straight,
okay.
he died with like depression and poor, and his art didn't actually pick up until after he was dead. So you're going and you're taking somebody who, like, why him? You know what I
Right.
mean? You could have maybe who knows? Maybe
Maybe
the person that owns the museum has something to do
Oh,
with it.
okay.
I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Even like when protesters are over here blocking off freeways and everything, causing traffic for me to get to work, like
Hmm.
that's not cool.
That's straight up, bro.
Come
That's
on
probably
now,
the
I'm just trying to get to
stupidest.
work. I'm trying to pay some bills.
When
That's it.
when they like lay down on the road, like
Yeah,
what's the point, or what are you even protesting for? And you ask them, it's like for animal rights. So you're laying down across the freeway, bro.
right. I would say, bro, it's a social media world now. Just do something on social media that makes it be known what you're protesting for, and you could get something going. You know?
Okay, I didn't mean to go into this right away, but since we're on the topic,
Okay.
and we'll kind of keep it light on this so that we can keep the show moving, and we'll get back to it. How do you feel about like the encampments that were taking place on the college campuses? What's your thoughts on that?
Regarding Israel Palestine,
Correct.
what do you mean by like? Let's just elaborate more on encampments, as in
I
people staying the night, the whole protest revolving around it, just everything that encompasses that.
Were you familiar with what was taking place just a few weeks ago? I don't even know if there's any more camps
Yeah,
still.
I use
There's
UCLA. The
still
kids were
camps
staying
around.
overnight.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was two different sides. They were yelling at each other, throwing shit at one another, fighting, and I don't agree with that. I mean, look, if you want to stay over at a public institution at night to like push your cause, do it, but do it peacefully. Cause what's the point of doing something violently? Cause you're not proving a point to nobody. You're not fixing it. You're not bringing peace. What you're doing is just causing violence on the other side of the country. So, I mean, if you guys want to go to war, you guys can fly over there and go participate on whatever side you choose. But I mean, over here, I mean, it kind of made the college students look pretty stupid too. And I get it, it's an emotional thing because this is their families, this is their ancestors for Israel and Palestine. But still, the way they're going about it is not the smartest way to do it. Everything should be done peacefully and should be done in a smarter way rather than just throwing shit across. I don't know. They're throwing fireworks at each other. No, at one point,
they were doing a lot,
a
bro.
lot of
There
wild
was a lot of
shit.
fights going on. I know that the cops went in. The cops started hitting people, right? Or were
Hmm.
people trying to fight the cops?
So basically, my take on this is that you have the side that's for Palestine that was doing nothing other than they set up their tents and they became settlers. And the reason that this was their form of protest is because actually in Israel right now, you have a lot of Jewish settlers who just like randomly will go on some Palestinian land and they'll set up a tent and set up an encampment and just like post there, and they'll just start antagonizing the people who live there until like the IDF shows up, and then they'll be harassing them. IDF won't do nothing to the settlers. They'll keep the Palestinians in check who are being harassed. So basically, it's supposed to be a mirror, and the reason that they do it is because I guess we're gonna have to just go into it now. the,
Let's
the,
do
the,
it.
the, the, the reason that they do this is because in the greatest ally that Israel has is America, and they are, in my opinion, everybody can have a different opinion. They are leeching off of us, off of our society, our tax dollars, like heavily. So we be sending $1 billion to Israel, like you giving candy to a kid, like every 5 seconds, like, oh, send them another care package, another one,
Right.
another. So the reason that a lot of people in America are actually pissed about this is because you know how everybody's main argument is I'm American, I pay my taxes, I pay my taxes. Well, guess what? Now your taxes are being shipped over to Israel so they could drop a bomb on another baby, on another innocent family, so more homes could be stolen by people who don't even have a moral compass.
Hmm.
Because when you look and they post videos themselves, so it's like this is a unique time in history where you actually have like okay, imagine this, imagine if there was social media during the time of Hitler's during Hitler's
Right.
reign, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I compare it to that is because we all know that the Germans during the time, the Nazis during this time were extremely boastful. They didn't care.
No.
They weren't trying to hide like what they thought, their eugenic ideas and policies and whatnot. They're like, we're the best. Who cares? Kill them off. It was funny to them. If they had cell phones back then, they would be incriminating themselves left and right. Well, that's what's happening today. Is you have these Israelis over there who are self-incriminating. They're recording themselves performing war crimes, all types of craziness, and they are not concerned with how it looks because they're looking at it like America's got our back. We don't care. So you have our government who's funded by Israel. If you guys ever heard of APAC, they send like millions upon millions of dollars to our politicians for their campaigns and whatnot. And that's why when you turn on the TV and the news and you see a politician speaking, they will not never, no, it don't matter what happens, you will never hear one of our politicians say anything negative about Israel. So this is why people are pissed, because it's like, yo, the rest of the world is looking at America like, yo, like, America, you guys are messed up, and we're trying to tell the rest of the world, like, nah, it's not us, it's our government, and we can't even control our government. So then comes the protest, and then comes the things that like, the world needs to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it was the other way around, can you imagine somebody just over here bombing and killing us, and on the other side of the world, some guy's like trying to protest for us, and he's blocking traffic, and the guys over there's like, yo, I'm just trying to get to work. You feel me? So it's like, you just got to look deep into what the cause is. But I want to hear what your thoughts are on this.
I don't agree with us sending them so much money, bro. We could solve so many of our own problems. You know, we got homelessness over here, Flint, Michigan water. We got, you know, world, like, there's starvation everywhere.
Hurricane Helene.
Yeah, you know, and didn't they just say that there's no money to send over there?
Yeah.
But yet you're sending money to
They got
The
another
budget
country?
ran out.
they got mules carrying aid over there in North Carolina right now. So you got money to pay for like $1 billion rockets,
Right.
but you ain't got no money to get like regular vehicles to transport, you know,
Yeah.
aid or finances, or set up some type of encampment, help out these people who had their homes destroyed or rebuild. You know, it's just social media is really killing what they never intended to happen, which is for us to be able to see what's really happening out here.
Yeah.
You know, because you could pick up your phone and you could record it. Nobody's going to be like, it didn't happen. You recorded it. We see it.
And I
No,
think,
bro, it was AI.
Oh, okay.
I think the answer is pretty clear to why they send money over there and they're not helping our own citizens. Is because there's money in war.
Of
There
course.
isn't money in helping our people. And another thing about your democracy and how where it's going against what the people actually want. There's actually an Indian guru by the name of Osho that, like, he pretty much described what democracy is. He's like, democracy is by the people, for the people. But he's like, what if the people are retarded? Pretty much. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's how he sounded, by the way, just so you guys know.
That's similar.
That was him.
I was trying to get the cadence down. I don't know, but pretty much. Obviously, it's not the people or all the people, but I mean it's the people who are in the authoritative figures of America, as of right now. What I think about this whole Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, Russia. At the end of the day, innocent people are dying. It's people who should not be dying. It's innocent civilians. I think we should push for peace and not push for But Israel is right, but Palestine's right. That's kind of out of our sphere to do anything as a citizen. And if we could do something, I'm sure we would, but it's not in our sphere to do so. So I feel like we should try to push the ideology of peace and what can we do to fix these issues, rather than take sides of, oh, this is right, this is right. Obviously, there's always a right. There's two stories, and there's always one right in between. But I feel like the number one right thing to do in this scenario is to figure out how we maintain and establish peace in the Middle East.
So it just came out that the Israeli government, they assassinated the leader of Hezbollah. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay, so apparently somebody from Iran came out to the news and they said that right before he was assassinated, he how you say this dude's name? Satan Yahoo, or however you say it.
Netanyahu,
I'm gonna call him
wow.
Satan Yahoo.
Sounds
Satan
like,
Yahoo.
sounds like just Satan's me.
Yeah, right. That's what he is. So this dude, him, Iran, and some other Middle East countries, they had all agreed. Oh, I think even America too agreed upon a ceasefire
Okay.
in the background, and then they assassinated him. So when we say, like, you know, we're just looking for peace, as you also pointed out before, that they're not looking for peace because
So
it's profit in this.
They just double crossed him pretty much then?
Yeah.
And we're gonna go what we want to do, regardless if you guys are trying to find peace.
They don't. So all right. So to kind of like go off of this and get even further back into this, to understand what's really happening, you have to understand like Zionism. What Zionism is, who started it, why they started it, and what their goal was. So the beef with like Lebanon, for example, is because before. So first of all, I'm gonna tell you my beliefs. Let me give everybody a little bit of context. The Jews, the people that consider themselves Jews today, in my eyes, are real Jews. They are real religious Jews, because Judaism is a religious faith. Outside of Judaism, though, you had the ethnic group of Jews. which the people primarily that you see over there right now are not them whatsoever. We could break that down. This is not a conspiracy. It's not a like far-fetched idea. The simplest way to put this is here. We all believe in a Christian Bible and the historical movement of the Jews, right? Where did they start off at? Did they start off in Europe? They started off in Africa. Before they were in what we consider Israel today, they were in Africa, and then they had to flee from Egypt and then travel to what we would know today as Palestine, Israel. How did you get all of these Turkish descent people from Africa to escape from Egypt and then travel to Palestine, right? Or the land of Canaan, however you want to say this. Biblically speaking, in our Bible, right? Speaking to the three of us, I know some people, they're like, they don't even believe in it. It's cool, don't believe in it. For us three that do believe in this, Moses, right? Not this one. The other one.
Okay.
The one who parted the
one who
seas.
came first.
That was me.
Moses part seas too, but not this one. All right. Moses, right?
Yep.
Moses' wife, this is in our Bible, was a Cushite, which means that she was either Ethiopian or Sudanese. So what happened? They were together and then they had no descendants? Or what? These are the actual Jews here, right? On top of the fact that we could point out all these other prophets who we can show who they were married to, where their descendants were, and everything. But the one thing that doesn't make any sense whatsoever is that they would be of Turkish descent, right? So with that being said, everything that's taking place right now is a group of racists. That's what Zionism is, a racist movement who wanted land, and they used the Bible, they used the Torah as a tool to manipulate society, some wealthy men. They said we need to get this holy land where this is at. They've been trying to do this since the early 1900s. They had this plan in play. Before even the Holocaust and all of these things took place, they already had this in play. The Holocaust begins to happen, and they just start mass exodus, trying to make their way to Israel, right? And the UN is supporting this. They're backing them. So they're allowing them to go over there because you know how we do, bro. Like, you know how, like, America, the UN, everybody, we got bases in everybody else's country. We tell you how to run your country and everything like that.
Right.
So they have them going over there. They allow these settlements to happen. They allow these land grabs to happen illegally. And at the same time, there's conflict between the Arabs who have been in the land of Palestine for thousands of years, and these new people just popping up in their land. I would compare it to, we're here. We've been here for however long, obviously not thousands of years, right? But however long, and all of a sudden, aren't people complaining about like border control and everything like that right now? Isn't this like supposedly like a major issue? So if anybody's okay with what happened over there, then you would have to be okay with some people just coming to America and just showing up to your door like, yo, get out of my house. I purchased this land, get out, and then, starting everything up. So, getting back into how I was explaining this Zionist movement and the comparison that I made with America, immigration, and how we seem to have such a major issue with this, but we expect another country to just be cool with it. Like, you guys are cool, but that's just, that's the world for you. So in a nutshell, what Zionism is a eugenics. It's another eugenics movement, in my opinion, when you really break down what it is. It acknowledges the Jewish people, the ones they deem the Jewish people, as superior and everybody else as goyim. And so what that pretty much means is like, your life don't matter. Everybody else who is a non-Jew, like how we would look at the Gentiles in the Bible, but see, biblically, we don't look at Gentiles this way. Like, Gentiles will be anybody not of Jewish descent. That's all that means. Like, you still make it into heaven, you still be a believer, you still take on the faith, but you just were not of that bloodline. But in the Zionist movement, like when they're talking about like goyim, they're talking about like, you're worthless. Like, your life doesn't matter at all. Only my life matters. I think what's important to understand is that when you look, biblically speaking, who was it that killed Jesus Christ? Some people say it was the Romans, but who was trying to plot against him the entire time? It was the Jews. The real Jews were trying to, or the Pharisees, right? Because it's not like the whole group was against him. So I only say this to say, for anybody who believes that you have to be a believer and you have to support Israel, you got it twisted. You need to open up your Bible. You need to look at this information and see this stuff don't add up. And also understand that even those Jews that were the real, ethnic Jews in the Bible were punished by God numerous times, which is why they weren't in Israel in the first place, because he kicked them out, because they were not abiding by his rules and his laws. So from a religious standpoint, what they claim that this war is about over the Holy Land, these holy lands over there, you got some imposters who have made their way in, and they're doing what imposters do, which is some grimy stuff, bro, like killing the innocent, stealing. They bombed another orphanage today. Israel bombed an orphanage today.
Damn.
And this is like an everyday thing when I could open any app up and they done bombed another hospital, bombed another mosque, bombed another religious site. I believe they hit the oldest Christian church.
Like ever?
Yeah, they've hit that. That's over there in the Holy Land.
What's the church got to do with it, bro?
Nothing. And that's what I'm saying. But to them it does, because again, see, this is the deception. They tell Americans like, oh, you guys are Christian, right? Well, look, we're Jewish. Jesus was Jewish, right? Knowing damn well they don't even believe in Jesus. They do not believe in Jesus. To them, Jesus is blasphemous.
So they just mentioned Jesus just so you could agree with like their concepts?
Yes, and they do not believe.
So if I were to ask like a Jewish person around here, they would say that?
Certain ones.
Okay.
Because all Christianity is Jews who have like evolved per se, right? Because they're the root of where this came from. But if you talk to certain people, they have not moved forward. They're like, because if you're not familiar, the people who had Jesus killed were Jews, because he told them, I'm the Son of God, I am God. And they were like, look, he's speaking blasphemy, kill him. But they knew that they knew in their hearts that he wasn't lying, but they didn't want to look bad, So
they were hard-headed.
They were hard-headed. Yeah, pretty much. But it's just, bro, like just to wrap up, all that I'm getting at here is it's a lot of deception going on. Any cause that they would tell you, because they try and use these causes. I wouldn't care if you're an atheist or not. You have to understand that this is one of their talking points, is that they are God's chosen people. This is the Holy Land. And then they'll tell you this, but it's like, but hold on, do you even believe in Jesus? And then they'll be like, no, we don't believe in him. He was fake. He was phony. Then it's like, well, now how do you feel?
Yeah.
So
that's just a form of persuasion. When they're trying to say, oh, we're like Jesus,
right?
Because they're just trying to meet you in the middle in a way to push that agenda that they want. But another thing on this case, my guy Trump, if he becomes president, you think he can end the war over there?
I don't think that he wants to, because he's already publicly spoken out, and the way that his views are, we don't have an American politician right now who has any authority or power, or who is about to become in power, who has any interest in the interest of Palestine existing. He already made a statement publicly saying that, like, oh, if I was in office, we would have just got it over quicker. Like, we would have just bombed the hell out of them right away, just killed everybody fast.
Is that exactly what he said, bro?
That is what he said. You could look this up.
I'm going to look that up right now, because we got to fact check that.
Yeah, you can.
Where can I find that statement?
I can't help you with that.
What do you mean, bro? If you're saying a claim, you gotta be able to back it up. So let's go fact check that right now.
I just want to say, side note, it's not my burden to prove it to you.
If you give a claim, you gotta be able to prove it. That's how I think about stuff.
I hear you. I'm just making a
now
statement.
You have homework for tonight. Go back home.
No, he'll probably find it right now.
No.
He'll find it right now.
That's not homework.
I just want to make it clear, though. When you're seeking out the truth, it's not my burden to prove it to you. That's like somebody telling you, all right, prove to me that God is real right now. That's not your burden. That's
two different things. That's to prove that God is real is a complete different like angle and look that you have to have.
If I tell you I got kids at home, and then you're like, prove it. It's not my burden to prove.
Bro, okay, so you're saying all
to brandish my children like
my G. So you're saying all this because you can't prove that Trump literally said the words that you said. And
no,
I'm just trying to say I doubt any president would straight up say we're gonna go bomb the shit out of Palestine.
Well, then you don't know about many presidents then, because the presidents have
Did
done
he
some
say
crazy
that
stuff.
specifically? And I
Yes,
know a lot
he
about
said
presidents,
I
bro,
would
and
get
about
it over
politics.
with quick. You can look it up, bro.
What does that mean though? If I says I'm gonna get it over quick, how do you know
He
what he's gonna
means
do
he's
specifically?
because we're adults. That's how. Like
Okay, yeah, but
I'm
that's
not.
not
I'm
that's
not
not
like.
that's not
So
an answer or a way to
if
prove a
anybody else
point.
says something, you were reading between the lines. But when Trump says it, it's like not
No,
Trump.
it doesn't matter. That's for anybody, bro. It can be Biden. I don't care who
Right,
it is.
right.
But if you say something, you got to be able to prove it straight up. Like this is exactly what he said. And
I
this is the
don't.
reason why I'm saying that.
Here's what I'm
You're
saying.
can you
Here's
prove
what I'm
that God
saying.
is real? To prove God is real is a complete. That's something that's like a faith-based thing. So can you really prove that? That's like saying, can you prove that atheism is real? But now if we're talking about something that's objective, right? Like what you're saying, it's either objective or it's like it's
And
false.
it's not. I mean, Trump is like the dumbest person on earth. He's the most blatant person when he speaks. He doesn't speak
Bro,
in complicated words.
You're
He
tripping,
he
bro.
don't be saying nothing like, "Wow, I wonder what Trump meant by
Yeah,
that." He's not a layered person.
Yeah,
You
because
feel-
Trump knows how to get to the people, bro. He doesn't have to talk
Exactly.
all that way. So again,
Right.
he's not dumb. If he was dumb, he wouldn't have been in the position he is, and he wouldn't have that many
That's
followers,
arguable. There's
bro.
a lot of leaders who are
You
dumb
can't say
throughout
he's dumb,
history.
bro. Yeah, they've done dumb things, but to get into that position, like, do I like Kamala Harris? I don't. Because I don't, like I told you guys, I don't like that maniacal cackle she has. I don't like, don't you dare say Merry Christmas. I don't like none of that shit, right? But is she not a smart woman? She's a smart woman for getting to the position that she is.
What's smart?
It's not only hard work that gets you there.
What's smart though?
In what sense are you talking about?
Exactly.
Logically.
That's
are
what
you
I'm
talking
saying.
about
What
street
category?
smarts?
What are we talking about? Smart.
I'm talking about if you're just able to get to that point that we're at, right? The presidency.
Okay.
To be in the government. You can't be a straight up dumbass, bro. It doesn't work like that.
Well,
So now you're
I'm
trying
gonna
to
just
define
tell you.
what smart
I'm
is, but
gonna
that has, again,
tell you this. Well, my experience on Earth, I've seen a lot of dumb people take on powerful positions, and it's not always because they were smart, unless you consider backstabbing to be smart, because there's an easy way to go about a lot of things, right? Like if I start lying about things, I can move up fast. Is that smart? To some people, it is. That's why I said, what is smart? I have been looking into like politics, policies, these politicians. This is the reason why I don't have faith in it. And because I've been looking into this for years, right? And I see what these people are really about. I am not about to waste my time. Like if I tell you that I saw something, you got two choices. You could either be like, Jevon's a credible dude. He usually does his research. Or you could be like, I don't believe him. And either way, I'm going home to the same beautiful wife, same beautiful children, and my day doesn't change. That's why I say it's not my burden to prove it. Because if somebody tells me something and I'm going to sit there instead of being like, because first of all, no matter what people tell me, this is how I was raised. No matter what comes out of somebody's mouth, I need to look it up myself. I go into church, the pastor says something, I'm like, where does it say that at? I need to go look that up
Which
myself.
I agree with, but I just looked it up and there's nowhere that says Trump
I
literally
saw him
said we're going to bomb the shit out of them so we get that done. And
I saw him
about
say
the
it.
smart thing, they still need to be smart
I
to
didn't
get to that
read this.
position,
I
bro.
didn't read this. I saw him say it. And there are millions of other people who saw him say it too. This is not something that like only I know. I didn't drop a bombshell or people like, what, Trump said that? We all know he said it because we saw him say this. But if you don't believe it, it doesn't change anything
I can
for
believe
me.
you right now because you know how my personality is, bro. I'm open-minded to
Right,
everything.
Right.
So prove it to me. Take out your phone and show me the words that Trump said he's going to bomb the shit out of Palestine.
Well, first of all, I never
You're
said
going
that he was going
define
to...
what smart is. These are all diversions, my brother. It's
No.
not,
I
what
never
that, what you're
diverted
doing
from
isn't
it.
that
I
smart.
literally asked you a question because you said he was smart. And that just kind of caught me off guard. Like, by what metric is he smart? Was he a 4.0 student in college? Was he an honor student? Did he solve some type of equation that we didn't know about? Did he introduce us to algebra?
He was a successful
What?
businessman, bro, and he did expand his father's business.
But then
and
I
made a
go,
multi-million to a
and
billion-dollar
how did he
company.
expand that business? How did he start?
Doesn't matter how he did it. The fact that you
Wait,
still
now
do
it don't matter
gets you
how
there,
he was
bro.
smart, but now it don't matter.
I think it's just
You
made
need
clear
to be
that
smart to do it,
Maxim
bro.
loves Trump. He's voting for Trump, and he approves this message.
Trump 2024 all the
That's
way. But that's
about
not
it.
Listen.
the point is that it's just like
You know what? I'll give it to you. He's smart, and he's so smart that Trump, bro, just give me a small loan of $1 million,
That's
bro,
it
so
for
I
our
can be
production
smart
company.
too, and I can show the world how intelligent I am with a head start of $1 million. Because that's where this all came from, bro. Like, it wasn't like this dude just started something from the ground up, didn't have nothing. He's not a rags to riches story.
he's not.
He came from a
he's not.
family of
He
wealth,
came
right?
from
And I'm also not even going to say that that takes away from him. You could come from a family of wealth and you can be smart. But, you know, bringing it back in, again, he did make a statement that was clear as day as that his intention was to just like get it over with.
Yeah, that's the way you may have perceived it, but there's
no. I trust my intelligence. I ain't never read nobody wrong. When I was looking at my wife from across the room and
That's
I thought
still
she liked me,
perceiving, though.
I perceived that she liked me, and I knew what I was looking at. I trust myself. I've been doing this long enough. I know how to understand what people are saying. I don't doubt my intelligence because somebody questions it. I got far enough along in life to know what people are saying. I know how to read people. I know what they're saying. And I think it would be highly ignorant of me to sit up here knowing that this is going to go public and to make a statement like this if I wasn't 200% confident in what it is that I'm talking about. But I'm also standing on the fact that it's not my burden, though. So, like, anybody who doesn't believe it, if you believe that
Once
it's so
I have
outrageous,
the facts, I'll believe it, bro.
we're talking about the same person who watched the person get ran over by a car and then turn around and say there's good people on both sides. But you can't believe that he said something like, if I was president, I would just get this over with quick. It's not even a...
That's different from saying we're going to bomb the shit out of the Palestinians, bro.
I didn't curse. That's one thing. So I didn't say he cursed.
Okay, now you're just getting onto like very small details, but
Right.
regardless, that's what you said.
It's
bro.
okay, bro. There's no need to be so hurt over it.
I'm totally hurt right now, bro.
What type of man you think Trump is? Like, you think Trump, like, do you believe Trump is... Let me ask you, moving along. Do you think that Trump is a Christian?
He says he's a Christian.
You see how he went around that question?
He also said he was...
I didn't answer the question.
He answered it.
Exactly. He went around it.
Did you ever see him saying that he was an atheist?
I have not seen that.
So
Has
when he was younger, right, before any of this presidential stuff, before any of this was even like a thing, he was talking to a news reporter. I believe he was in his like penthouse or something like that, and she's asking him about his life, and he's pretty much saying like, why would I believe in something like that? Like, again, I can't give it to you verbatim, but the gist of it was him saying, no, he don't believe in God. He doesn't see a reason to believe in God, anything to that sort. Now, all of a sudden, he wants to be the ruler of the free world where supposedly this is a Christian nation. And all of a sudden, he's holding Bibles, but not conducting himself in any way, shape, or fashion that is a Christian like lifestyle in any type of way that you look at it, right? So he's a habitual liar. We've caught him in lies numerous times.
As every politician, we've caught every single politician lying.
That don't give him a pass, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but can
we're
people
not
change?
we're not looking for a good politician.
Can people change?
I'm
not saying, and you may even be right that he might be doing it for the manipulation to get the evangelical vote. I'm not going against that.
They can change.
Okay.
They can change.
Can people sin and can a killer still go to heaven?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what makes Trump any different?
Nothing. I'm not looking at him like he's a
isn't
special
true.
case. Well, that's the thing is, see, I feel like his supporters are looking at him like a special case, but I'm not.
I'm not even looking at him as a special case. I'm saying you might even be right. He might even use it as a manipulation tactic. I'm not that crazy into Trump. I was just trying to get into the whole point of what you're saying. He said these exact specific words, and I was like, that's crazy, bro. Because if you're saying we're going to go and bomb, we're going to just bomb them, that's crazy, bro.
Because essentially what he's saying is this right here. His claim is that what Satan Yahoo is doing is dragging it out. You know, it's slow and it's like torturous. And then he was claiming that it's bad for press. That's one thing that he brought up, for this to keep happening. So in his eyes, rather than, for a whole year to pass and you keep seeing a hospital get bombed every day, a school get bombed every day, let's just get it over in one day and then we can move past it. That is the way that he presented his argument. And he's saying, I'm the guy that could get this done. And this is not something that I misread. I didn't hear a sound bite or whatever. We all heard him say.
Okay, we just keep moving on because we could talk about this for hours, bro.
Fuck
Hold
the
on.
free world.
Where's
that from?
Hold on.
No. Where's it from?
What the hell just
Let
happened,
Maxim answer that. Fuck the free world. Where's that from?
Where's it from,
homie? I don't give a fuck where the fuck
you
that
better know where it's from, bro. You better know of all people.
You don't know where that's from?
Aaron, do you know where that's from?
Just mouth it to me.
Mouth it to me.
You don't know, Aaron?
Okay.
You better know, though.
Hell nah, bro.
Come on, bro. He said he likes Eminem, and he don't even know.
Yeah, you know
what? 8 Mile?
Yes.
Bro, you think I'm sitting down remembering verses?
Oh,
8 Mile,
God.
dog.
Speaking of Eminem, man, congratulations to him for about to be a grandfather.
That's right. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Eminem stepping into not even fatherhood, bro. He already in fatherhood. Now he's about to have a grandchild.
Bro, it's such a beautiful thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he loves his daughter so much.
Yeah.
You know, you hear it in his songs. He does everything for Haley.
Yeah.
And for this grandchild coming into his world, he's gonna be a great grandfather, man.
I don't see why he wouldn't be, and it's also crazy because I think time is different now. So it seems like everything's moving fast. To even think that he's a grandfather, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was just yesterday he was, you know, telling us about how he's gonna strangle his wife and
Yeah.
throw her in the trunk and drown her in the river, and now he's about to be carrying a baby. You feel me? So it's like time moves fast. But congratulations to that family on that. I love to hear about families doing it and expanding because that's why we're here. So
Yep.
what are your thoughts on this, Max?
I'm still on Trump and Palestine, so let's take it right back.
Take it
No,
right
no,
back.
no. We're going
you
out
don't
of that.
jump
topic,
into
no.
Eminem after Trump and Palestine and saying all that shit, bro.
Go ahead.
That's
Go
wild,
ahead.
dog. That's
Go ahead.
wild.
Go ahead.
Good luck. Like, I'm happy for you, Eminem. That's what's up, bro.
He's like, but
Just
anyways,
don't make any
hey,
songs about your grandkids.
You
please.
sound very hard headed.
No,
like
I think
the
he
Jews
already
right
did.
now.
I
Dog,
think he did.
don't do me
I
like
think
that.
I think he already did make a song about his granddaughter, didn't he?
Did
Or
he?
he mentioned her or something
That's
like that.
crazy.
I'm not
Already,
sure.
bro?
I wouldn't doubt that he's probably releasing it soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I haven't heard it yet. But don't worry, Max. There's no need to be upset right now.
I'm not, bro. I'm very happy right
So
now.
what?
Just
All right, bro.
can't you tell
All
my
right.
face?
What can I tell you, bro? What do you want to know about this whole Trump situation? What is it that is irking you about what I said or what's going on?
No, I just want to know how you perceive that that's exactly what he meant. How do you know that he's not going to go and do it in another way? Because you're saying,
How
I
do you know he's
understand
gonna do it
things
in a
from his...
way?
I don't know. I'm asking him.
I go off
So
of
I-
patterns, right? So when you talk to a person or when you listen to a person speak, they have a patterns. They have a pattern in the manner of how they portray things, right? You guys have gotten to know my pattern, right?
Mhm.
So I can tell you something that somebody who's never been around me for the first time, you guys would understand it better than somebody who's never been around me or they're around me for the first time. My bad for mixing that up. Excuse me. So we've been listening to Trump speak for long enough. You recognize his patterns. He's not a hard person to break down because the fact is, okay, you said he's smart, right? Here's where I'll give him his credit. He's smart because he understands his base, who it is that would actually vote for him. It's the simpletons, right? Not all of them, not you, Max, but
You're throwing a lot of people into that, bro.
I am.
Charlie
I
Kirk.
definitely am.
And he's fine with
lot
it.
of smart
I
people.
definitely that's my
That's your
intention.
word?
That's exactly. I worded it exactly
There
how I
you
wanted
go.
to word it.
Exactly.
There are a lot of simpletons.
There's a lot of simpletons on the other side, too. So
I would put it in
dumb
a different
point, but you go
category.
ahead.
Well, I would say it's highly intelligent because it's coming from the best, right? So, anyways,
you could think that way, sure.
I do.
So that's your
so-
opinion.
so-
That's,
so-
and that's his
opinion.
opinion.
so-
There you go.
so-
Remember, we're respecting everyone's opinion.
No,
here.
I don't-
We very much respect each other's opinion.
Right. I don't need it. But either way, all I'm saying is this: is that there are a lot of simpletons in Middle America who don't know nothing that's going on. They probably not like this actually matters to the fullest account.
What's
but
a simpleton? Like a simp?
no,
Just like
Trump's a
in the
simp?
category,
person.
right? Because you're a simple man doing simple things. No, simpleton, like there's nothing. You're not peeling back the layers on nothing. You're looking at everything surface level.
black and white.
You're not doing no research whatsoever. You need people to prove to you everything that's said, but you won't go do the research yourself. Just ignorant, right?
Yeah.
Speak on something like real childish, immature mindset on things, outlook. So a lot of Middle America fits into that category. And I know because just like how you were speaking on leaving the country and going to other places, I've been to the Middle America and I've been to the South. My family's from the South. And I can tell you right now, from spending a lot of time over there, it's a lot slower. Even people in the South will tell you it's a lot slower. They're not looking at things the same way we are. They're living a simple life, right? So a lot of Trump's base are simpletons, and it doesn't mean poor and dumb. It just means simple. You could be wealthy and be a simpleton, right? There's a lot of wealthy people who are living in a bubble who don't have any need to go outside and figure out why are these people intense. Instead of figuring it out, they're just like, they're intense, they're dumb. You know, that would be like simpleton. Or like, why did this person lay down in the middle of the freeway? They didn't check that. They're just like, they're laying on the freeway. They're dumb. That's a simpleton, not putting any thought process behind anything.
Gotcha.
that is the base that Trump is smart enough to appeal to. And that's why he speaks the way that he does. He says things that you don't hear any other president say, the biggest ever, the greatest ever. These are claims. It's like nobody's even checking these stats. They're just going for it. Oh, in my term, we did the most amount ever of something. He makes these exaggerated claims, and his base.
That all politicians do.
Not like Trump does. There is something.
Trump's different. He's a businessman.
Hold on, bro. Let me give you this work real fast. Don't ask for the work, and then I start.
This work's been going for 35 minutes, dog.
I'm still
but
clocked in, bro. It's about to go into overtime.
Let's go.
All I'm saying is that Trump really caters to an audience that is lazy-minded. That's to put it in a nutshell.
Stop being lazy, Max.
Dog, bro. I do not condone any of these conversations that are going on right now, bro.
You asked
Max
for it.
That is not.
You asked for the conversation.
We went on talking about.
I was trying to go somewhere else.
Like I said,
Max was like, let's bring it back real quick.
Yeah, let's bring it right back, bro. Because again, that's your opinion.
Politics,
and it's probably a false opinion, bro. Because you can't label a lot of people like that, bro.
It's a way of thinking.
I mean, it's true. There's that too. Okay, I'll give you that.
I don't think those two words
in
come
this last
together.
45 minutes of explaining what you did. I agree with you on that.
You sounded
one,
very
bro.
Simpleton right there, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
No, but no,
you can say that for the left too, bro.
Of
Because if
course,
you're saying it, then we say it for both sides. So at least say that it's the other side too. It's not just the right that's simpleton. No, it's the left that's simpleton.
I agree, but it's in a different way. I agree, but I think that it needs to be understood. I ain't supporting the left either, right? So again, when you ask me, like, my point of views, you already know this. We're a couple episodes in now, and I've made this clear every single time. The priority in my life is God. I don't care about this country, that country, whatever, none of that stuff. Like, God is the priority in my life. And then I ask myself, like, how God would feel about things. I ask myself, would God support Trump? No. Would he support Harris? No. Would he support any of this? No. Does he want me to focus my time on this, or does he want me to focus my time on raising my kids to understand how the world really works and bringing them closer to him?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he wants.
Amen. And so let's go back to Eminem and his
granddaughter.
Hold on.
That's what God will want right now.
If you want, let's just say, and I don't know if we should speak for God or what he wants or what he doesn't want, but like you're saying, bro, we have to choose though. Right? No. If we're in a position, okay, maybe you don't have to choose, but a lot of people do feel like that they need to choose, bro.
Right.
And either they're gonna choose Trump or Kamala.
I choose. I'm not voting.
But I think
then don't vote. That's your prerogative. That's how you want to go about it.
I think that's falling back into, like, you're making that the priority, right? Because what happens if an individual doesn't vote, right? If you give me scenarios of like, well, this is gonna happen and that's gonna happen and that's gonna happen, well, then I would say, don't you believe in God? Doesn't God control your life? Or does Trump control your life? Does Harris control your life?
True, but I mean,
and so
you don't have to choose though. I mean, if
not
you
at all
between the two,
not
to
at
say
all.
one, not choose that you have to go and vote, but would you choose to say which one's better than the other?
No,
they're both just the same level of shit for you.
Yeah, because especially, I'm actually strong. We were talking about this whole Palestine situation. To me, that's like one of the priority issues that's going on in the world right now that I do care a lot about. Especially because that's going on in our holy lands, right? The places that we do hold sacred. And it's a lot of innocent life being lost. And the stance that both parties have taken is exactly the same, which is both of them support Zionism. If Trump gets into office, I know that he is going to work in favor of Israel. If Harris gets into office, I know that she's going to work in favor of Israel as well. So it's like, it'd almost be like, do I want to support Hitler or Stalin? Right? Okay, some people would say Stalin is less, but it's like, what are we doing here? So that's my view, and I do encourage people, like, I'm not a person to force nobody, but just like let's stop them from distracting us and dividing us up as a nation, because at the end of the day, I don't believe that if Trump gets into office that he's gonna stop sending billions of dollars to there, and I don't believe if Harris gets in, she's going to stop sending billions of dollars to Israel or Ukraine, or I think Thailand is in the mix now. Money gets sent everywhere except for this country. Yeah, except for we pay taxes to fund everywhere else. You know.
We get gypped on our taxes too. They be taking mad taxes out of our checks.
Yeah, and things are changing too. You know what I think changed it? I think when they boosted up minimum wage, which I was for, I can actually say that that's one like political thing that I thought like, yeah, why not? Like make a minimum wage livable if for anybody who's willing to work. You should be able to afford your apartment.
Right.
All that did was they hiked up minimum wage, then they hiked up everything.
Everything, groceries,
and now I'm like, damn,
gas, everything.
Everything's crazy right now.
But going away from that topic, am I okay to go away from that, Max? You good? Everything's
We need
out
Charlie
of your
Kirk
system?
to come on the show ASAP. I'm done.
Everything's out of your system now. I can move on.
It's out of my system.
All right,
bro.
we're moving on. So this is our first podcast in October. Halloween's coming up. It's Halloween season. What's one of your guys' favorite Halloween movies? Scary movie.
The Conjuring.
That's a good one.
Is
I can get behind that.
you what's yours?
Mine is Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Part
good.
1, Halloween. Classic, John Carpenter.
It's hard for me to like. I say like I put Jason up there, right?
Right.
Which one though? I don't
There's
know.
so many. There's so many Jasons.
But see, here's the thing about Jason though is like some of them are like more on the scary side, and then other ones are like hilarious. Like that one where I don't know if you've seen that meme where he's just like walking down the street, just kick somebody's radio,
yeah,
and throw somebody over the
Yep.
counter. Like so, it's like it goes back and forth. And then the real corny one. Did you ever see Jason X?
Yes.
Terrible movie, bro.
Well, it's like the Leprechauns too. Leprechaun in the Hood.
I was just watching
Leprechaun in
Leprechauns
Space.
funny. Leprechauns
Those are
funny.
funny though.
And they're always walking when they go to kill their victim, right? They're always walking and they're sprinting, but somehow they're catching up, bro.
I take all of it back. My favorite, like in that genre of films, is Tales from the Hood. Have you ever seen that?
I seen that one a long time ago.
Have you
bro.
seen that?
I haven't seen it in a minute.
I don't know. I
Bro,
haven't seen
Tales
that
from
ever.
the Hood. Have you seen that? You seen that? I already knew you seen it. If you black and you ain't seen that movie, well then you ain't black. Hit him with that Joe Biden. Yeah.
Well, good thing. Me and Moses aren't black. No, I'm just-
Yeah. Good thing. He said good thing. I feel sorry for you guys, but it's okay.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah,
I'm
straight
black
up. You can
inside.
speak for yourself too.
Yeah, no, that's mine though.
Okay. What would you do in a situation of Michael Myers chasing you?
We got Jesus on our
Straight
side.
up. I was about to say that. I'm about to invoke the
Good
name of
answer.
Jesus
You already know
Christ.
what it is.
I think it's so funny, bro. It's like you see all these women running away and then they fall. Like scary movies are a great example, bro.
Oh,
Man.
those were really good too.
It's so sad that they took those from the Wayans.
So what's the way that they exactly took it?
I don't
Can you
know
break that down?
exactly the way. I don't want to go into detail and make it wrong, but I just know that they basically didn't want to make the movies for them, and then the Wayans were like, all right, then it's over, and then whatever production company it was went ahead and made the movies anyway without their consent.
So without me knowing that, I do remember that it was after the first two. They were still there,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So the first one was hilarious. I thought the second one was like dumb funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to go see the third one. I was like, what is this trash? And I didn't even know at the time
Mm-hmm.
that that's the reason why. But it's clear. It's like night and day as far as like how good the scary movies were when they were still a part of it
Mm-hmm.
versus when they left. You know, that it's just crazy to be a part of such a large comedic family like that. You know what I mean? The inspiration that they have. They got so many classic movies and classic movies that they were a part of. And now that I think about it, I'm not even sure like which ones were theirs or which ones they were just featured in.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I believe the oldest brother was in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen that
You're
one.
not black. I'm not supposed to.
I've
You
seen
seen
it in
that?
Living Color.
You seen that? I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. You ain't seen it?
Damn.
Oh, bro, give me the card. Give me the card. No, I'm just that's an old one though. That one is a funny scene in there. I'm gonna show it to both of y'all, bro. Like comedy. Of course, you seen Major Payne.
Yep, of course, classic.
Major Payne. Have you seen Blank Man?
No,
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
He's seen that one.
That one's good. What else they got?
Why don't you ask me if I've seen any of these movies?
I'm
bro?
asking
I'm
you.
I haven't
Hey,
seen
do you
any
know-
of
you know
these
what?
movies,
I know
bro.
you heard.
Javon.
Well, it's not even a race thing for you, bro. You're just too young.
Bro.
Javon.
Y'all
What's
fucking-
that?
I just seen the
You know
remake
that?
of that commercial.
Of course I know that, bro.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Just
don't
make-
say
are you
of course,
are you
bro.
are you
Try to
just are you
figure it
just saying you know it?
You didn't even say it, bro.
Yeah,
What's
it's
that?
what's that?
Oh,
I'm
nah,
not
he
trying
don't
to
know.
do that.
He
He
wasn't there
doesn't
for
know.
that.
He doesn't
Y'all can
know.
do
He
that
wasn't
for
there
me,
for
bro.
the suck it
Yeah.
era or nothing.
Remember the commercial?
Yeah,
By the way, have you guys watched that documentary, the Mr. McMahon?
I watched like the first 15 minutes of it.
What's it about?
Vince McMahon.
Oh no, it just came out. What
How he's like
last week, 2
corrupt
weeks
and
ago?
stuff, supposedly.
Okay, no, I
So,
haven't seen it. It's
I
on
mean,
Netflix.
No, he.
No,
I haven't seen
no,
the full
I'm
thing.
not-
Once
I'm
I
not-
watch
here
it,
comes
man.
another
No,
argument.
no, I'm not saying anything against what you're saying. I'm saying that like
Want to go back to Trump and
we
Palestine?
Nah,
know.
but
No,
I'm
I'm saying like it's just funny. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to you like this. Did either of you two grow up watching like WWF
Wrestling?
Yes.
and all that?
Playing the
John
game
Cena.
and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so I was before that.
I
Bro.
was all like John Cena.
Yeah,
John Cena,
John
The
Cena
Rock.
was like I was already leaving out of my
Right.
interest because look, and it's funny how they mention it in the documentary is that basically it was essentially the age group that it was targeting was like 18 to like 34. That's who they were targeting. That's why they had heavy sexual themes, like crazy things going on when
Back
I
in
was
the day when it was WWF, right?
Yes, right. It was epic, bro. Like like there was no shame in watching wrestling back then. Like
Right.
I don't want to hear about it's fake or nothing because it's first of all it's theater at the end of the day.
Yep.
And if you really break it down, these are like dudes walking around like 6'5", 300 pounds, doing flips off of things,
It's
landing
not.
on.
It's not easy,
crazy,
bro. I give all props to them.
Yeah, bro. So they interviewed a lot of the Hall of Fame wrestlers, and they also interviewed Vince McMahon, his family, because his family's all a part of it too.
Right.
But it's a great
How
documentary.
is it? It's parts or is it just one straight?
I think
it's a
like
series.
8 episodes.
It's a series.
Okay,
yeah.
and you seen the whole thing already?
I'm on like episode 7 right now or something like that.
Oh, you're about to finish it tonight.
Yeah, probably. But then
So was Vince actually like a bad person? Because I don't have my research on it. I don't really know.
I mean,
I know he shot on like a worker or something like that, right?
You're probably gonna have to
he has he had
watch it to
he
give
had
your own opinion.
okay,
That's what I'm asking him.
so let
about.
me ask you guys this, your opinion on a matter like this, because I was
I'll try to
actually
figure it
I
out
was
on
thinking
that.
about this, and it ties into this. How do you feel about a CEO of a company having like an affair with one of his employees? Do you feel like that's like a huge old scandal? She consensual though, consensual.
Consensual? Then it's fine. Obviously, it's wrong for him to be cheating on his wife.
No,
But
I'm not talking about it in that
I wouldn't.
aspect.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's wrong to have that type of relationship if it's consensual.
Right. So the scandal is not even necessarily that he was cheating. The scandal is that he had an employee that he was paying like $100,000, and then he bumped her up to like $200,000 with like supposedly like sexual things involved, or they had a relationship. And the argument that I heard on the documentary was that you hold this power of authority, so that's what makes it wrong. In my mind, I'm like, how? Because if you go outside right now and you're a boss and somebody doesn't work for your company, that's going to be something
Right.
that's going to attract a female
Yeah.
anyways. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't see, like, I agree with you though. The cheating is wrong, but I look at that as wrong from a religious aspect, not a business aspect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that that's something that a company should be taken away from you for, or anything to that sort. But it seems like that's what the scandal is. Now they did mention some other, which is, it seemed like it wasn't him at all. There was another guy in the company or some other people who seemed to be like molesting like little boys.
Damn. Okay.
Right? But
That's a wrap.
it didn't seem like it was a common theme.
Around the whole
No,
company.
no, not at
Okay.
all. Like he wasn't even accused of that.
And it was just somebody within
And
the
that wasn't
company
even
that-
why he left the company. That was like something that like got kind of nipped in the butt like earlier. But the reason that he stepped down is because of I don't even know what it's called. Like that's like sexual misconduct. But also, like I said, I'm only on like number 6 or 7, so
Okay.
maybe there's more that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to start that one for sure.
Highly recommended, buddy.
Okay. That's
But-
the next. That's the next binge. I just finished Mayor of Kingstown.
What's that
Mayor
about?
of Kingstown.
It's with Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy.
It's dope, bro.
It's a
dope
show or a
yeah, it's a
documentary?
show. It's on
Okay.
Paramount. So basically, this dude, Jeremy Renner, is the main character, and he was in prison. He comes out. He lands up being like basically the mayor, but he's the go-to guy that he makes sure that his city is safe, but he's on both sides of the system. So he works with the cops, he works with SWAT, he works with politicians, and he works with all the prison people to make sure everything's going good for the city.
Interesting.
But it's interesting, bro.
I'm gonna
Like,
have to
there's
check that one
there's
out.
so much stuff that's going
True
on.
story or no?
Nah, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that probably happens like that in today's world.
Greg
you know?
Scarpa, not him coming out of jail, but I don't know if you guys heard of Greg Scarpa. He was a Italian mobster, and he worked with the feds and was a part of Cosa Nostra at the same time.
Was he from the Philly mob?
No, I think he was from the New York.
Okay,
if I'm
'cause
not
there's,
wrong.
There's a Scarpa from Philly. Philly Mob
Is he
as
from
well.
Philly?
Maybe.
He might be from
think
Philly.
I don't think his first name was Greg though. So you might be talking about someone that I'm.
Greg Scarpa, because he had 2 sons too, and they were both like I think made men also.
Okay.
But he was this is what I don't get. I don't know if Cosa Nostra sent him to be into the feds, and kind of have him work like that, or if this guy was straight up just playing both sides of the field. But I guess at one point too, he went down south, and the feds were looking for the Ku Klux Klan because they killed somebody and they buried the body. And when he was out there doing this investigation, he saw the person who killed that was a part of the KKK. He found that when I guess he took him to the like woods and like handled that whole case for the feds. And once they did that, the feds were like, okay, we're gonna be handing him more stuff. And Scarpa was the type of guy like you would say like someone would try to be a smart aleck with him, like you just shoot him in the middle of the like wherever you're at. Doesn't matter if you're at a club, a barber shop, or whatever, and you just always get away with it. So that's like the closest maybe thing I can think of. That's why I brought him up. I don't really care. I don't really condone that life. Like I said, you're obviously not a good person if you're just ready to shoot anybody at any second. But similar, probably the closest thing I can think of.
It's also like debatable too. I feel like what is a good person and like what time frame was this?
This is, I think, probably 50s, 60s is when Scarpa first started getting into the scene.
Okay. Yeah.
It also depends how you grow up too, you know?
True.
Right.
But I mean, if, again, we're all Christian and we all go off the word of God, is that the right way?
I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. Maybe they threatened his life. Maybe he didn't feel safe, as the police say.
Sure.
No, but no, for sure, you know, we should be practicing discipline and patience, you know, all jokes aside. But I just still would like to see, because that's the thing, too, about it is that knowing where I come from and looking back at how far I've traveled, it's hard for me to judge people in any type of way. It's easier when people are still doing it. But if I see like you know, somebody's like looking like they're about to leave something behind, I try not to have my opinions on anybody be too harsh, because for all I know, they could be, you know, tomorrow doing better than me, you know, as far as like on their spiritual journey or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Scarpa's dead.
but you know, God rest his soul. Hopefully he got it right before he.
Hopefully.
You know?
He had dementia towards the end, and he was still going on shootings.
That's even worse.
Him and his son, they were...
It's like, Dad, it's me you're shooting at. Oh, my bad.
There were stories like he would go and he would try to like shoot and he would forget where the trigger was and he accidentally dropped the clip at a shootout before.
Damn.
Like old ass man in like a robe type shit. Crazy,
Gavin Newsom just passed a bill in California, essentially allowing, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, at dispensaries, you're not allowed to serve hot food. So he passed a bill that it can now happen, and that's going to go into effect in January. You guys didn't hear anything about this?
I heard about that.
And dispensaries? Like
yeah, like places where there is marijuana now.
Weed cafes.
You could basically have a restaurant inside your...
They opened some in West.
Okay, but are you going to be able to smoke inside the establishment? Or is it
positive that's what it is? And I'm going to tell you, like, so my wife used to work at a dispensary. It was called Green Bear.
I work at one now. Shout out to Chronic.
Shout out to Chronic. But why you guys name yourself like Kush? No, I'm just playing. Anyways, though, so or Exotic. Go ahead. It's not too late to, you know. I just want my little chippers if you make that change for inspiration. But no, I understand why they did it. I would name my spot the Chronic too.
Marketing.
It's iconic.
Plus, they bought the website off of Dre himself.
Oh yeah, then they gotta stay the Chronic.
Owner's smart, bro.
It was
smart,
yeah. I'm sure they make a lot of dividends too. So what I was saying is that my wife used to work at a dispensary. This is like, bro. This was like, maybe like 10 years ago. It was called Green Bear. I don't know if did you ever go there?
No.
I
went in there with a friend.
You do know where it's at. You do know where it's at.
Which one?
Or where it was?
Which one is it?
It's like right now. I think it's called like the High Note or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Right there off the other side of the train tracks. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like the Chronics right here. It's on literally the opposite side. It just closed down too.
Oh, they just closed down.
The High Note. Yeah. They just closed that one down.
That shop.
We took their business.
Okay.
Shout out Chronic.
Congratulations, Chronic. You win again. Nah, but that shop like back then.
Yeah.
Bro, it was cracking to the limit. Like I tell people this all the time. People would show up to that shop and you're gonna be in line for like 40 minutes. No exaggeration.
And people will still wait.
They would get dressed to get in that line, bro, because it was like a club, because they would pass blunts through the line. So it's like while you're waiting there to buy weed, you're smoking like multiple blunts in line.
Damn.
They had nothing but beautiful women. Not like I know though, because I didn't see this, but I'm just, they had.
Plus you
women
got a
there.
wife, so
Exactly.
you don't know. If
Oh,
they're
actually, my
beautiful
wife
women.
worked there, so they had
There you
beautiful
go.
women.
There you go.
You know,
Way to rephrase yourself.
that's all they would hire.
Okay.
Okay, and they wouldn't hire no dudes, none of that. And so people would go there just to talk to the bud tenders because they thought they had game. A lot of them did not. So, and that's what they would do. But they also start serving like chicken there, bro. Like chicken and fries. They had that set up.
Okay.
It was turned up over there,
Game
bro.
changer.
Yeah, bro. Like they were making a lot of money, but then they made that law where, in order for you to
it was infused. Were they making it with like
no,
wheat butter or something?
no, bro. Just regular chicken and fries, like on site though.
Okay.
Right, and it was fire food too. That was also crazy about it. And then you could, and they had a lounge there. So not only did you like wait in line, you could also sit in their lounge in their couch area while people were buying. We just smoke your blunt, and people would just be. It was lit, bro.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah. So what they ended up happening was.
What year was this when this was all cracking?
You said
This
like
was
10 years ago?
ago.
Okay.
Whatever year it was, 10 years ago.
24
So like
2014?
maybe 2014, 2015, something around that time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was that they had forced them to put up a partition. So they made a law like, nah, you can't be serving weed in the same place that there's a lounge. So in order to, battle that, they built a wall in the center, but that just killed the whole vibe.
Yeah.
And it just started to slowly go downhill after that. But this shop was like, Nipsey Hussle's been there.
Mm-hmm.
I met Nipsey Hussle at that shop. They've had other, high profile rappers, celebrities go through that shop. Those were the days, man.
So the owner of the Chronic shop, his name's Orlando. He
Mhm.
actually throws a bunch of like music events.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those guys. He's a promoter, big event planner, everything like that. But before he's always been the main owner, right? But YG was actually going to be one of the part owners.
Okay.
But that didn't land up falling through because YG was, I think, it was one of YG's people or something. It was YG and somebody else, but they were trying to make it like a blood spot.
Yeah.
Like everything red and this
Faux
and that.
humming.
And he was like, I can't make it a blood spot, bro. Like, we're right here in the hood, Mexican territory and this and that,
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. But
Because
yeah.
you're leaving out all the Crip brothers who are gonna want to come and pick up too. I mean, why not let everybody pick up
Right.
and not make it into a gang-like thing? Goes
Yeah.
against business.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
if
for sure.
so, if that law's going to pass in January, like it's a for sure.
Yeah, he passed it.
Oh,
It's
shoot.
already
Okay.
passed. Yeah, I
So
saw that.
January.
He passed
Okay.
it. It just goes into effect then.
I guarantee you, Orlando's probably already looking into doing something like that because there's a spot next door that he wanted to buy to make it like a coffee joint,
Yeah.
so that way they could buy the shop and then it has like a little outside like cafe area.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then that means the Chronic's gonna be up and popping
There it is,
even
man.
more now.
Where's the Chronic at?
It's off
Alhambra?
of it's in El Sereno.
Oh, Sereno.
It's
Okay.
right off of Alhambra Avenue,
For
Alhambra
sure.
Avenue and Warwick Avenue.
Okay.
Yep, check it out, bro. Take all your friends over there. The Chronic.
Okay. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really divulge too much, but we'll let them know.
Then
But
why
the
you
ones
keep
who
getting
do,
Jevon to smoke for?
No, he keeps
He's
trying.
trying to.
Yeah.
Like, nobody says I smoke. I'm just trying to get Javon to smoke.
He just wants me high so he can get me into a Trump
Dang.
conversation.
Yeah.
Trying to convert me. He's like, if I
Keep
get him
going
high.
Nah, I'm on 3 hours of sleep, brother. But we're gonna continue this conversation when I'm on 15 hours of sleep, brother. We're gonna see how that goes. Nah,
There
I'm just
you
kidding,
go.
bro. But back to the Trump and Palestine issue.
No.
No, okay,
I'm
okay,
kidding.
okay. So look, we've been out here for a minute, so let's try and get through some light topics,
Yeah.
some quick ones. I'm gonna just kind of throw some things out there. First of all, let's bring it back. I've been waiting many episodes for this guy right here to share with us any description of some Armenian foods, so that I can steal these recipes and take this back to my wife, and she can, cook it up for me in the kitchen. What is your favorite Armenian dish?
One of my favorite Armenian dishes would probably be dolma.
Dolma?
Have you tried? I'm pretty sure you've tried dolma, bro. Dolma is and again, it's very controversial because in the Middle East, everybody claims every food is theirs. So like Lebanon's like, no, this is our food, and Iran's like, no, this is our food. And then everywhere you go, bro, there's a different accent, Middle Eastern accent, saying, no, brother, this is our food, not your food.
Yeah.
Number one bullshit. But well, when it comes to dolma, I'm pretty sure dolma is ours, bro. It's pretty much a grape leaf, and they soak it in the water. They let it kind of open up. Then they steam it. They grab ground beef mixed with like all the good stuff. It's like rice and a couple other things, and they roll it up like a blunt.
Mm-hmm.
But you eat it.
I've
and
had
it's
something like
flames.
that. But
It's
I don't.
called a
Is it,
spring roll.
is it kind
No,
of?
man, this guy just went to Asia. Dun, 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 dun.
Bro,
Hey,
that's theirs.
No, bro.
Is it
And tacos are Lebanese, bro.
Yeah.
Is it sour? Is it sour tasting? Because I've been to like a Mediterranean spot and I've had something
Every
like
every
that.
place makes it different. The Greeks make it differently. The Lebanese make it differently.
So then I
Armenians. That's the
haven't.
same thing with kebabs too.
Do you know
They
how to
all
make it?
fight. Huh? I can. I'm gonna roll it up. But I know how to get like the meat right and what to mix with it and stuff.
Okay.
I've seen it a lot. Like you grow up, you see these things.
Okay. Do you have like a favorite Armenian restaurant?
Yeah, there's what we need to know.
Yeah, 'cause I'm down to go.
There's one. It's called Hamlet, but it's not straight up a restaurant. You just pull up. They do catering and they do just like on the spot. They'll cook something on the skewers for you. Something turn
Okay.
off.
Is it?
We're good.
I hear something.
Oh, it might be.
It's the what?
Oh, it's his phone.
Oh, it's the door lock, dog. I
Oh,
tripped
sorry.
out, bro.
No, it's all
What,
We're
good.
so,
Gucci.
so name that restaurant one more time.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you
Ham-
said it's not really a restaurant.
it's
more
not really a
catering.
restaurant. You pull up, but you can cater. You can get a lot. You can get all the dishes from there, from Armenian barbecue. I like carousel,
Mhm.
but carousel again is like Lebanese mix of
Is that
Lebanese.
still going on?
What's cracking? Do you guys want to touch up on the Jesus topic too, real quick, on the proofs?
It's still going. Yeah. I'm just trying to run.
Okay,
through
yeah,
it.
let me just rewind this real quick. So, a couple of good restaurants, and again, the controversy is still there. Is it Lebanese? Is it this? Is it that? Carousel's a bomb restaurant. Rafi's is a bomb restaurant.
Where are these,
Hamlets.
Where are these at?
Glendale, bro.
Glendale?
Where
Okay.
else? The land of my people.
Right.
So if you're looking for
Need
any
to just
Armenian
change
stuff,
Glendale to
fire
Armenia.
food,
Yeah.
they should,
Little
or like
Little Armenia.
something like that.
And
We have a
change
little,
Little Armenia to Glendale.
type in, yeah, straight up. 'Cause we got a little Armenia in Hollywood too. But like
Okay.
all the that's where when we first came to Cali, LA area, we all were in the Hollywood area.
Yeah.
And for some reason, all the Armenians just met up and were like, all right, we're gonna go to Glendale, North Hollywood, and Burbank, and we just all real quick hit up
Migrated
those
together.
locations. But like I think the biggest population we have is Glendale.
Okay. Well,
But that's just 3 spots right there, and yeah, but there's a lot of dishes, a lot of things. It's just like I told you, there's a lot of controversy because nobody really knows whose is whose. But we know, and I'm gonna say it's all ours. So come and debate me on it.
All right, well, we're gonna go have to try out that restaurant then, or that.
We will, we will.
That's
I'd
fine
say
for
we go
sure.
to Carousel. I think that's like the best place if you want to just get introduced to
Do
it.
you guys have like a drink at all, like a specific type of drink? So like how Mexicans, right? We got horchata and jamaica.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Drinks
or
like that.
agua frescas.
We got I'm gonna take it to the alcohol side. We have like our own type of moonshine that we
Okay.
do out. We using like specific fruits. Give us
Right.
any fruits, but they the way they do it is a little different process. But it's it's very very strong, bro. Like
Okay.
it's like 80-90% the way we do it out
Damn,
there,
they
bro.
probably make it in the toilets like they do in prison, huh?
No, hell nah, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, G?
That's how they
Nah,
make
bro.
it in prison, dog. You didn't know that?
The army is not prison, dog. So I don't know what you're equating, but
That's a high
the way they're
percentage. Are you
doing
sure
it-
it's that high?
huh? It is.
You
bro.
said
It
87%.
is. Bro, they be doing it.
You
like
drink
that.
it straight or you mix it with something?
You can mix it with something, a little drink or whatever, but best believe it's gonna get you fucked up.
Okay.
However it may be, you're getting lit off like a shot, bro.
Damn.
That's all you need.
I think the highest I had was like 70%, and that's because when my family members went to Tennessee, they went to the Jack Daniel's distillery, and
Oh,
they brought
shit.
some bottles back, and the bottle was like this big. Bro, took a half shot. I felt it burn down my chest for like 10 minutes, bro.
Nah, that's a wrap.
It
I
had
don't
me a
like
buzz, and I was just like, I do not want to take another shot of that. It was too much.
you need to put some hairs on them nuts, buddy.
Make it a double.
So before we get up out of here, I can't go through too many threads. I'm gonna just go ahead and hit y'all with one. It's still on the religious topic. Also, I want to point out before I even read this, I've started to understand like what threads is, and it's like a pathetic place for people to try and put all these rage bait is what they call it posts, something that they don't even truly believe in, but it's still funny though. So I'm gonna just read you one of these threads and we'll get our opinion on this and then get it cracking. Where did we go? Hold on, I had it right here. There it goes. This is a long one. All right, you listening?
Okay.
Every time I read the book of Genesis, I get upset. Adam really set up here and let his wife be deceived by a talking snake with legs to eat some forbidden fruit. And instead of telling her, no, you ate it with her. She was deceived. Adam, you were not. All these years, people were mad at Eve. It's Adam we need to be upset with.
So that was a woman that wrote that,
For
right?
sure.
Can you run it back? I accidentally hit the mute on you. So.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
All right, let's go again.
We had some technical difficulties, so I'm going to just run this back one more time on this thread. Every time I read the book of Genesis, I get upset. Adam really set up here and let his wife be deceived by a talking snake with legs to eat some forbidden fruit. And instead of telling her no, you ate it with her. She was deceived, Adam. You were not. All these years, people were mad at Eve. It's Adam we need to be upset with.
Okay, so this is a woman that wrote that, right?
For the second time.
Obviously.
And
It's always going to be a woman.
And a feminist.
so what
And her
you're
hair's
telling me
probably
is she
colored
doesn't
too.
really know how to understand the Bible and what she's reading. Because it's clear in the Bible that Eve was the one that ate the fruit, got Adam.
I mean, look, Adam's stupid too.
yeah, no,
right?
he's an idiot. Yeah, for
He's
sure.
dumb too, but like, no. Like I said, I've come to wait. What's your you got something to add?
Bro, honestly, just like a dumb girl saying that shit, bro. Let her meet me in the back alley.
Some-
Sounds like she
somewhere-
believes in toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
She sounds like one of those.
which for my viewers is something that does not exist. You cannot
Not
do
Does
at all.
toxic
not
It does not
exist.
exist.
and
That's-
toxic.
Let's
at
we
the
make
same
all
that
time.
agree
clear
on
right now.
that.
You're
There's a
either
masculine
you're either
man.
toxic or you're masculine. You
Yeah.
can't be both. So, it's rage bait. I don't even know if the author of that post even believes in that. But the sad thing is, I know that there's people out there who do believe in that. One podcast that I just want to give a shout out to is No Food Gazy. If you guys have ever caught this podcast, the host, his name is Cooley. He brings on a lot of females, and the conversations that they have are insane.
Mm-hmm.
And they really believe in this crazy stuff that be coming out their mouth.
Right.
But dude, hats off to him. He's actually very educated, well versed in what it is that he's talking about. So he usually gets his point across. And if he can't, then there was no hope for that
Right.
person. You know
Shout
what
out
I'm
No
saying?
Fugazi.
So, but that's what it reminds me of, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not singling y'all out because there's a lot of retard dudes out here too.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of females out here with crazy mindsets in these
Yeah.
days.
Like,
this
honestly,
day and age.
whatever you said was so stupid, bro. I just can't even respond to that. Like, if somebody came and seriously told me that, I would just been like, hi, bye, and then just continue on with my day, bro. Because, like, what the fuck
Right?
are
No,
you even
I hear,
talking
but
about, bro?
but that's where we are, you know. And I'm gonna ask you. I know. I'm gonna ask one more question. Do we leave people being stupid like this, or do we?
Oh, I thought you were about to bring up Trump again. That's why I put my left arm
I
up
would
on
never
you.
bring up Trump around you again, bro. Those conversations. No, I'm just playing. But do we leave people stupid, or do we have patience and try and educate them? Because you can, you think you're intelligent, you can educate somebody. So, what do you think is more important, your peace of mind or helping out society?
A balance between both.
You got
There you
to try to help them out and try to help them understand. But if people are gonna be hard headed,
That's what I'm saying.
Be
So
at
look,
peace.
if they pull up with some like pink hair, like
What's
I
wrong
don't
with
know,
pink hair, brother?
bro. You know what I'm talking about. Don't make me get into there, bro. Just they come up looking all like they're
I hear
just
you. You should've
straight
said
up on
purple.
some
Yeah, you
Purple
should
is
say
purple
more
hair,
or
okay,
blue or
or
something.
green
I'm
hair.
pretty sure blue's the
What's
one
wrong
that
with
everyone's
pink,
going
bro?
for.
Hold
It's like
on.
pink.
What's the problem with
all right,
pink?
Barbs. He has something against you.
Yeah,
All you Nicki
you hear
Minaj
that?
fans out here.
Pull up
The
on me.
Glorrillas and the.
Damn.
No, I'm playing. I got you though. I feel you.
It all just depends if you feel like can you get it through to them or is it someone that you can't. If I feel like if I'm just gonna talk to you and it's gonna go from one ear to the next and you're just gonna be like, yeah, Adam should have done this and this and that. Like, all right, go on with your day. Like, it's a waste of time. So it's just that balance. If I can feel like there's a hope in you, I'll put that hope in you. If I feel like there's none, I'm not even gonna waste my time. Because at that point, my peace does mean more than arguing with an idiot
There you go.
Right.
about something. And then
I'm
I want
right
to bring
there
up
with you.
one more thing. So we got 2 fights coming up
Oh, yeah.
for the UFC.
Oh
we got
my
a good
God.
boxing match that's coming up. Arthur and Bivol.
Yes.
Who you got?
I don't even know. That's the fight I want to see, though. I was ready to go until you said that. So I just want to, I swear, I won't bring up nothing else. But this right here,
No,
for
we gotta wrap it
anybody-
up with this for sure.
anybody, do you know who these fighters are?
I do not.
They're both undefeated. So one of them
Yeah.
is the one who's
Beat
beat Canelo,
Canelo.
right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know that guy.
The other guy has the highest knockout,
Like record.
Has like 100%
100%.
knockout
He's
ratio. bro.
100%.
100%.
All fights have ended in a
What's
knockout.
what's the number?
18 and
18 and
0.
oh?
I
I
think he's
think
like
so.
23 and
22?
I think he's like
knockouts?
23 or I think it's something like that, something crazy. But he's bro, like
100%
when you see him
knockout rate?
fighting too, because that's the thing too. Is like it's not a padded record. Like
He has that
dude
Mike
is-
Tyson punch.
20,
Bro, he
20
is
knockouts
vicious,
and
He's a
20,
beast.
20,
He is
20 to
vicious.
0, 20 knockouts.
and I don't know who's gonna win because that dude has 100% knockout percentage, but Bivol is like you've seen it.
Yeah,
the
he's
dude
very
is
calculated.
he is super high ring IQ.
Mhm.
So man, I can't wait for that one.
He's old
Actually,
too, bro. Arthur's 40 years old. 39, about to be 40.
When
which
is that
is-
old? No, I'm
Huh?
just saying.
No,
I'm just
for,
saying.
but we have to agree for sports and
Says the
especially
Oh, yeah,
for
for sure, for
combat. It's
boxing.
not an 18-year-old. It's
Yeah.
22
Damn, he's
year
40?
old.
You know, you said he's 40 though.
He's 40 years
Yeah,
old.
he is old though. That's crazy.
Um,
Hey, that power ain't old.
No, the power ain't old, but you got
He laying it down. He's still active though.
no. He is.
He's
He
still
is. I mean, it's
active.
different. Like Yoel Romero. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He was
course.
a Cuban fighter and he was fighting at like 40 years old. Like,
But
look
he's mixed
fresh,
martial
bro.
artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But still,
and they-
if anything,
yeah,
that's
they-
worse than boxing because you're
They have
encompassing all that.
Your intelligence can last longer there though, because then you can switch it up. In boxing, it's just pure striking. So it's like again, we talk about like that testosterone, where it's like you got to have that pop to you. You got to be able to eat something. In MMA, not talking down on it, but if a dude is outmaneuvering you one way, you could switch it up. You could switch to grappling or whatever,
Right.
and that's why you had dudes like Randy Couture lasting for so long, because they had this and they could just take over the younger dude, you know. But yeah, that's it.
Let's wrap it
Thank
up.
you guys for tuning in. Please subscribe. We can say that now.
Yep.
And check us out. Follow us on Instagram, Boss Talk Officials.
Boss Talk Official. Let's get it.